Okay, now I am going to show you my favorite books once I finish fixing that for the older kids. This could be early elementary all the way up through high school. It can be an adult. I like some of these. I'm going to kick off with the book that I'm actually working on with Weston. It's Do Nice, Be Kind, Spread Happy. As you can tell, it's much loved, much used. This book is full of ideas for spreading kindness. You know, there's so many random acts of kindness projects going around. This gives you plenty of ideas, and we've done a couple of them. Our favorite was taking cookies to the firemen. Anyway, that's Do Nice, Be Kind, Spread Happy. For the ones that are more involved in like social causes, check out Make a Change, Be the Difference. Be the Change, Make a Difference, something like that. And it has more to do with social causes. This is a book that I think should be on everybody's shelf. It's illustrated grammar and punctuation, especially with the onslaught of, you know, social media errors that you see in everybody's captions and their Facebook posts. This will teach what you should be writing instead, and it's a good complement to the English classes they're probably already taking in high school. It's a good way for you as an adult to brush up on the facts of English and the way you word things. It's illustrated grammar and punctuation. So we have a couple books called The Story Of. There's one, The Story of Science, The Story of Astronomy. This one is The Story of Inventions. It's my favorite. It's a great little trivia read. There's lots of little bits of information. It's all about inventors and what they invented, how they came to their invention, and how their invention changed the world. And it's just chock full of so much fun information. If you have anyone that likes to learn how things work, or is really curious, or is going to be a future engineer, this one's a perfect one. It gets them thinking like an innovator. This book I've actually purchased as a gift for my dad, as well as one of my friend's dads. This is World Wars. Talk about a beautiful book. And it is full of real illustrations and some pictures, photographs from that time. And it teaches all about all the different facets of the war, from the two world wars, the one first and second. It takes you through the story of both conflicts from the soldier's perspective, and then also about the bombing of cities in the Second World War. It's got dramatic photographs, paintings, posters, maps. It's a thought-provoking introduction to a time period that most of our kids don't even know existed. So it's good for even those adults that like literature on that. What a Wonderful World really took me by surprise. What a Wonderful World. Gosh, that's so hard to say. This one has been so much fun to learn from. So what it is it tells you a word. This one is Parankasima. It's Finnish, and it is a word for a word that we don't really have an English word for. So you have to say multiple words to describe it. So in English, it means the distance a reindeer can walk before needing to use the bathroom. We don't really have need for that in our language. But then it goes on to tell you about a little bit about the history of the word and something about the area where it's from. Nakama. Now this is one we could all use. Nakama is in Japanese, friends who are like family. We have really enjoyed reading this book, and it gives you a couple of new words for your own vocabulary. Weston actually loves this, and he's only 6, but this is written for older kids. I read it to him, of course. It is called Extreme Planet. If you haven't heard of Bear Grylls, he is a TV personality that is an explorer. He's known for all of his exploring. And the stuff is full of information about all these sorts of random things that make this world a little bit on the extreme, dangerous side. There's a supplemental one that's called Survival Handbook. I will showcase that in a different video, but it's all about how to survive those extreme elements. So it's like a little tour of the globe through the eyes of an explorer. Last but not least, Here and There, and this one's also a good one for a little bit younger of kids, but it teaches all about different parts of the world and what different things are like. So chores, what they're like in different places, what school lunches are like. what exercising looks like in Australia versus Brazil and versus a festival in India, and how it's different in every little place. It's just a good way to bring the outside world home for kiddos who probably won't be traveling to any of these places perhaps ever, but definitely not soon. And it's a good way to learn about people from here, there, and everywhere is what they say. So that's here and there.